This is a beautiful Hawaiian song entitled Kaua'i Aupuni. And it sings about people not only of Hawaii, but the whole world to live as one through our minds and our hearts and with the love that we give. Kaua'i Aupuni.
Hawaii nui kuauli e na hono au i lani Hoahu o ka kui hewa Kaua'i o mano kalani po Kaua'i o mano kalani po na I vale no komu I kupono aole pau I ke kumupono o Hawaii E mau ke e au ka aina I ka pono E mau ke e au ka aina I ka pono I ho'okahi kahi kamana'o I ho'okahi kai puwai I ho'okahi kai kuahewa Kaua'i o mano kalani po Kaua'i o mano kalani po I ho'okahi kai kamana'o I ho'okahi kai puwai I ho'okahi kai ke aloha E mau ke au kaina I ka pono E mau ke au kaina I ka pono E mau ke au kaina I ka pono E mau ke au kaina I ka pono
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Thank you, Kyle Evans and Luis Padilla. Thank you so much.
Yes.
So, welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Kauai. There's so many new faces here today, more than I'm used to seeing. So, welcome, welcome. And
That's because we can actually see them. That looks good. You look good.
Yeah. So, I'm Reverend Rita, if you don't know that already.
Reverend
and
Patrick here.
And we'd like to start with just a moment of silence and lighting our peace candle.
Exactly. Right? This is an opportunity with everything going on in our wonderful world to take a moment for us to get our frequency settled right here in our heart so that we can put that out into our world on this wonderful little spot in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
And so peace is.
Doesn't that feel nice to just stop,
For a moment.
look, and listen?
So again, welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Kauai. Welcome everyone online. We practice the science of mind and spirit. Oh, it's basically saying that as we view the world, so it is. And if we can view the world from the highest place, we can outpicture that as in our lives and in our relationships, in everything about us. So our goal, if you want to call it that, but the way we live is to just remember who we are. And to remember who we are, we just need to remember that the divine, God, whatever we want to call it, is not up on a cloud somewhere. God is right here where we are. God is everywhere and in everything that we see and everything that is breathing on this planet and beyond this planet. Now we're knowing that Mars apparently has some stuff happening up there right now. So it's everywhere. It's the universe, and it resides within us. So welcome, and let's just let that land today. I invite you, and so you'll just ground yourself in it so you can take it out into the world.
That's
Yes.
great. Yeah, I was just thinking perhaps we can have a CSL Kauai annex on
Mars.
on Mars. Just kind of expand
I
ourselves.
think Rob will be.
What do you think? What do you think?
He'll be starting that one.
So this is a brand new day, in case you haven't noticed. But I see some faces that feel brand new to us in our ohana here. Now, if you're like shy about saying I'm new, it's okay, but I doubt it. So if you are here for the very first time, just give a little, there's nothing, It's okay, we recognize you by your shells anyway, so it tricky, right? Well, we just want to let you know, and then there's some people who haven't seen in a while now, they're like new too to us, so it's so good to see. So good to see you. So we just want to let you know there's nothing to worry about. There's no dance routine you have to work out or anything. But we did find some stuff out about you, and that we would like to, I know, Jerry and Suzanne, you can't, take them on. But anyway, we want to share with you what we found out. Okay, go ahead. They're so filled with anticipation right now. Okay, shall we let them know? Okay. You are magnificent. Oh, yeah, right. Thank goodness, right? That's what it was. And I can just tell by just, a little psychic here that you're wondering, now how did they know that? How could they possibly have known that I was magnificent before we even got here? Well, we checked in with ourselves and we found out that we were magnificent as well. And that's how we recognize the magnificence in each and every one of you, because we recognize it in ourselves. Now, you thought that was it. Does he ever stop? No, because we have a camera up there and sound back there with Mr. Cool in his sunglasses, and that's Rob. And so there's some new people in there too, because I can see you. Oh, Heather, it was nice to see you the other day. All these people tell me we watch you on Sunday, and I said, oh my gosh. Now that we have two-way, we can see everybody, and so everything's good. So on that note, let's let them know who they are. Are you ready? You are magnificent. Now just put your hands on your heart real quick here and just breathe in, and let's say together who we are. I am magnificent. Now look to your left, to your right. I don't care where you look. Let somebody know who they are. You are magnificent. Nancy's magnificent. Oh, you we got magnificent.
Magnificent
you are
purple.
beyond magnificent now. You are magnificent.
All right.
So you're getting ready for a magnificent opening song? Don't be afraid to clap. Don't be afraid to move a little.
Celebrate good times, come on. It's a celebration. Celebrate good times, come on. Let's celebrate. There's a party going on right here. A celebration to last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We're gonna celebrate and party with you. Sing it for me, come on. Celebration. We're gonna celebrate and have a good time. One more time. Let's all celebrate and have a good time. Come on now. Celebrate good times. Come on. It's a celebration. Celebrate good time. Come on. Let's celebrate. Hey.
Right now, what I know is that there's a celebration going on within me, a celebration of love, a celebration of that beautiful, amazing divine energy that is pulsing through me. And I know that same thing for everyone here. Each and every one of you is that divine expression, that life force, that energy, that love. And I know today we come here to celebrate that, and we have a really good time. A really good time enjoying every single solitary moment, knowing that this moment is the moment, the only moment that we have. So let's just live it to the fullest today and enjoy and expand and know that as we expand this moment, as we expand ourselves in this place called CSL Kauai, that we expand the planet at the same time, and that our love is felt everywhere. So I know that's the truth. So I just give thanks for it. Give thanks for this time together as I just release my word. I let it go, I let it be, and so it is.
Sing it with me. Celebration. We're gonna celebrate and have a good time. Come on now. Celebration. Let's all celebrate and have a good time. Yeah. Celebrate good times. Come on. It's a celebration. Celebrate good times, come on. Let's celebrate, yeah. Celebrate good times, come on. It's a celebration. Celebrate good times, come on. Celebrate good times, come on. It's a celebration, yeah. Celebrate good times, come on. Let's celebrate.
Yeah. Nice job. Great flashbacks early in the morning. Yeah. I closed my eyes. I was there.
I love it. So continuing in this celebration, we want to welcome up for the very first time Reverend Dr. Walt Weiss, who just graduated with his doctorate. Yay. And we are so proud of him. Oh. And he's going to lead us in our meditation and our treatment. Is that it? Yes. I'm in the right place.
Yes, you are.
It happened.
Yay!
Thank you all for your support. And so now we got to try to come down a little bit. And as we continue with this theme of celebration, it's really in our hearts. So I share this thought. Every choice we make can be a celebration of the world we want. That's from Francis Moore Lape. Every choice we make can be a celebration of the world we want. I invite you now to take that thought into contemplation. Every choice we make can be a celebration of the world we want. We continue now with our spiritual mind treatment. In this moment and in this place of CSL, Kauai, on this beautiful, beautiful island, on this new day, I know that there is only one power, one presence, one spirit, one mind in this world. And though I may choose to call it God or universe or whatever, what I know is that God is my strength, my source, my substance, and my supply. And as I open my mind to divine ideas, I am grateful for the flow of good into my life. Yes, I can make choices that change my future. But I don't make those choices without divine guidance. I know that I have all the patience, the courage, the wisdom to follow the guidance of Spirit, and that the right path will be revealed to me in the right time and in the right place. And what I know for myself, I know for each person gathered here in this room, that we are each God manifest here, right now, in this place, living, breathing, loving through each and every one of us. And because I know this, I can walk boldly into this new day, confident that the choices I make are God choices. And therefore I let go of all fear, all doubt, all worry, all lack, anything that can hinder the work of Spirit in this world. And this covers every area of my life. I celebrate the fact that my relationships, my friendships, my encounters with people are God-ordained, that each person comes into my life when I need them and when they need me. I celebrate the health and strength in my body and in my mind, knowing that the flow of God through every organ in my body manifests itself as perfect wholeness. I celebrate my individual, creative expression in this world, that I am unique in my talents, my abilities, my purpose in this world. And I celebrate the abundance, the overflowing abundance in my life. Not just in money, but in so many other ways. And knowing all this, my heart is filled to overflowing with gratitude and joy. I give thanks as I release my word into the law, as we say together, and so it is.
Yet fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only when I lose myself, when I feel I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind, I hear Spirit gently say, there is only there is only love, love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love, there is only love, there is only sets me free. There is only love.
Thank you. Just so beautiful. And thank you, Reverend Dr. Walt, for your beautiful treatment. Felt it in my heart. Thank you. So, today at CSL Kauai, we're saying that it's easier said than done. Right? Sometimes it is easier said than done. You know, we're taking a class with Jean Houston right now, this beautiful philosopher and author, and online, of course. And it's called Using Your Quantum Powers. And that's what, what we're finding as we're taking this class is that our quantum powers are what we teach in the science of mind. And that is that we have powers within us that we don't even have not been using, actually. When they say, you're only using so much % of your brain, I mean, it's really true. And one of the ways we use it is by living it and going out, not just saying what we think is true, but actually living it. And it's not always easy to do that, given what's happening in the world at different times, right? Or in our lives. Right now, I'm getting ready to go through some dental work. And I don't know about anybody, you people, but the dentist is something I usually try to avoid. But anyway, but I'm giving over to it, and I'm allowing it to know that that's God too, and that as I walk through this experience, that the power and presence of Spirit walks with me. That's what I mean when I say I live it, because you can't just live it when things are looking really rosy. You have to live it all the time, and it either is or it isn't. So as I go through this experience, it either is or it isn't. It is, and that's what I choose to believe, and that's what I choose to live. And to me, that is what this teaching is all about. It's not about just shouting the words. Like, we can go around saying God is all there is, or, there are no sick people in the world, as Emma Curtis Hopkins says, or maybe it was Ernest Holmes, I don't know. But, that is true in theory, that there's no sick people in the world, because within we're all perfect, but we can't just go around shouting things out, and when we don't have any basis within us to live that. So it's all about living it. That's all this teaching is. And I think that one of the things that's so difficult for so many of us is to take responsibility for that, to take responsibility that our life is our life, and that nobody's doing anything to us, that we are the ones that are the drivers, in the driver's seat, and co-creating with God, co-creating with Spirit. We are unstoppable. We can do anything, but we got to practice, because we're not used to it. We've been sold, like many of us have been sold so much about how little we are, and how we can't do that, and we can't do this. From the time we're growing up, we're told no, 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 no. So some of those things we have to break through them, and we have to be patient with ourselves and allow ourselves to stumble and to get back up, but to always know that there's something within us that's going to hold us no matter what. And that's the way I want to live my life. And I invite you to just, entertain the idea. Ernest Holmes, who is the founder of the Science of Mind and Spirit, if you don't know that already, who's interesting because he says, he tells us in this thing called the Sermon by the Sea, which I have some quotes from, which is one of the last things, I think, close to the end of his life that he gave this. The Sermon by the Sea was in this place called Asilomar. Is people familiar with it? Yeah, in California. They would meet there, and they did up till just recently. I think they're doing it, they're going to start it again. But CSL would meet there every year and have like a retreat. And the talk that he gave was from there. But, and so what I was trying to say is Ernest Holmes is the founder of the Science of Mind and Spirit, if you don't know. But in this thing called the Sermon of the Sea, I just want to read you some of the things he said, because they're so relevant to us. And they're relevant to what Patrick and I are basing this center on. This center is based on the idea that we're giving people tools that they can use, that they can go out into the world with, and not just theory. And so he says, our teaching is not something to be lived merely here, and he's talking about Asilomar, but I'll say here at this center, but rather to take that consciousness which we have arrived at back with us into whatever activities we may be engaged in. So we sit here on Sunday and we get inspired, but are we taking it into our lives? That's the most important thing. Are we meeting everything that comes in front of us from that place? He says, I do not believe life is separate from living. Life is not separate from living. Spirit is not separate from living. We have to take spirit into living. And I don't know about you, but I feel like with all that's going on in the world, and we are being challenged by so much right now, and that if we don't take spirit into living with us, then who's going to be there with us? We're just going to be like these like fragments of disconnected energy that don't know who they are, and we don't want to be that. We are strong. We can help by that place. So he quotes Emerson as saying, "It is very easy for us to maintain a spiritual equilibrium in solitude, but the great man or woman is he or she who in the midst of the crowd shall still keep the sweetness and the independence of solitude." So I know even for myself, I meditate every single solitary morning, and then I walk out into the world. And sometimes I meet something, like I told you last week, by the way, I made those tires. I didn't make the tires, but I painted the tires this week. And yes, and they're sitting in the backyard. I don't know, like, are they really? I don't know, but I put flowers in them because I didn't want to put vegetables in them because I felt like somebody said rubber leaks or what, toxic. So I put flowers in them, and they're sitting there, and I'm waiting for the flowers to grow. But I did it. So that's a way of like I didn't just say it, I did it. So I challenge you for whatever you're saying you're going to do, just go do it. Go do it, right? Okay, so where I don't even know where I was, but I was talking about meditation. So we go out in the world, and then what happens? We, sometimes we get struck by something, and we just, we get all off of equilibrium, like I did last week. So he talks about Jesus. He really, if you read the Science of Mind textbook, he quotes Jesus, I think it's like over 800 times or something. Jesus was one of his mentors for sure. And I always think of the Science of Mind as practical Christianity, because it doesn't have any dogma in it or telling us what to do, but it's taking what Jesus taught, which was to love everyone, and that God was within us, and it is done unto us as we believe, and it's living by those principles, and those were principles that Jesus taught while he was here. So anyway, Jesus says, he just said that it is the Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. Then he goes, why don't you take it? He had a real sense of humor, I think. If it's the Father's good pleasure, and who's the Father? It's within us. It's the universe. It's love. Like I said, it's not a man up on a cloud. It is that divine heritage that we are. We come from our parents, but we really come from God. That's where we come. So if we have everything, why aren't we taking it? He's saying. And then he says, he said that there is nothing but God. And he goes, why don't you believe it? I was like, okay. Do we really believe there's nothing but God? Nothing but good, nothing but life, nothing but source, no matter what's happening? Do we really believe that? And the only way we can prove that to ourselves, that we really believe it, is by living it, by looking at something maybe that's discordant or a person that we're having an issue with and saying, oh my God, that's God too. And our mentor, James Mellon, used to say, no matter who's speaking, God is talking. So if we really looked at our relationships that way, our discordant relationships and things that we have trouble with, and we just said, oh, it's God talking. Because usually what's happening when we have a problem is that it's us reflecting back to ourselves something that we need to heal or something that we need to know more. And if we can look at our troubles that way, it'll be a lot easier. And we'll grow a lot faster. So then he says, I love this. The thing that interests me now is that every man shall find his Savior within himself. That's what we teach here. If this is the only place he's going to discover God, you may be sure it is the only avenue through which any way shower shall lead him to God. So one of the things that I use as a guidepost when I'm looking at what's out there and what people are saying, even Gene Houston and whoever I'm listening to, and we're listening to Cryon right now. We're like out there just listening and just seeing what people have to say. Now, if it doesn't bring me back to myself and my own power, then I just cross it off my list, because I'm 68 years old and I've gone all the gamut of stuff. And I realized that if I don't bring it back here, I'm never going to be happy. I'm never going to have what I want in life. I'm always going to be looking. I'm always going to be thinking. So for me, it's good to listen to what people say, because sometimes people say things in a way that, I mean, I'm saying things right now, and some of you are resonating to it, and some of you aren't. But sometimes you'll say something, and it will just like strike a chord in you, and you'll go, ah, I get it now. And so that's what I like to look at, the way different people say things. But if I keep listening and then don't do anything about it, then what's the point, right? And so it has to lead me back to myself. And then he says, you find me, and he says this several times in this talk, you find me 1,000 people in the world who know what religious science is and use it and live it as it is, and I myself will live to see a new world, a new heaven, and a new earth here. There is a cosmic power wrapped up in a cosmic consciousness and purpose. I hyphenated this word so I would say it right. Purposiveness that is equal to the vision which loses it. So, okay, so what's religious science? Okay, all it is, it's not a religion. I don't know why they call it religion. That's why they changed it to Centers for Spiritual Living, because nobody likes the word religion, apparently, and nobody likes the word science. I don't know. But anyway. What is religious science? All it is what I tell you every Sunday when I stand up here and I say it's the power and presence of God is within you. Use it. There's a law of cause and effect that is answering yes to you every time you do something. Every time you think, it's answering yes to you. So he's saying if there were more 1,000 people that actually lived that we would see a new earth. Now it's hard for me to believe that this was probably written in 1950 or something, I don't know, somewhere between 50 and 60. So it's hard to me to believe that there's not 1,000 people on the earth that are living this. And yet, I think he's saying living it 100%. And so that's the thing. So that's our mission for me. So anyway, yeah. So he says, Ernest, am I doing it wrong, Ernest? Am I not giving your message the right way? I didn't quote you correctly. I'm so sorry. He wants to chime in. He says, find me 1,000 people who know that and use it, and the world will no longer be famished. How important it is that each one of us, in his simple way, shall live from God to God, with God, in God, and to each other. So, how important it is that we see God in ourselves and stop putting him, her, whatever it is. It's not a him or her, it's a principle. Stop putting it way out here and bring it right here. Live it from here and look at each and every person you meet, no matter what's happening from that place. And when there's some discordant thing happening in the world, like right now, we're having a lot of conflicts, a lot of stuff. I mean, it's nothing new. We've been having them. I mean, we just keep doing the same lessons over and over because we need those 1,000 people. So I don't know how many people are in this room right now, probably about 50. That's a good start. It's a good start to get toward those 1,000 people. And does it mean that we never make a mistake or we never fall off? No, but awareness is the first key, awareness. And once we have awareness, and then we see ourselves when we aren't truly meeting it, and we go, oh, not that we beat ourselves up, we go, oh, that didn't feel good. I don't want to do that again. And yeah, that's the way I look at it. So it's not just about our words. It's about what we do. And our words have power. There's a writer, Florence Scovel Shinn, or Shinn Scovel, whichever way her name is written. I think her book is back there. I love her book. It's called Your Word is Your Wand and Game of Life and How to Live It. And she's all about the word. And the word is very, very important. And the word is where it all starts. It's like Emma says, I think it, I speak it, I write it, I live it. But you got to get through all four. Not necessarily you have to write. I always say that because not all of us are writers. But we do need to think it, we do need to speak it, and we need to live it. So it's going to take not judging by appearances. Not judging by appearances, because that's our trap, is when we judge by appearances. And to get a vision, get a vision, like Dr. Walt said in his quote, and start living that vision. Make a choice to live that vision, and have conviction about it. Don't let yourself, if you fall back, just get back up and say, no, I know God is greater than this. This power that lives within me is greater than any of this, and live it. So, yeah. So you find me 1,000 people in the world who know what religious science is and use it and live it as it is, and I myself will live to see a new world, a new heaven, and a new earth here. There is a cosmic power wrapped up in the cosmic consciousness and purposiveness that is equal to the vision which looses it. So, he's going to sing a song right now. That's called,
Hopefully
what's it
you
called?
Sing along.
What's it called?
I hope you dance.
I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you live this philosophy. I hope you just, I don't even hope, I know. We don't hope. We know that we can live this, and we can dance, and we can enjoy life, and we can meet its challenges and know that there's something in us that's greater than that. So, namaste.
Never lose your sense of wonder. You get your fill to eat, but always have that hunger. May you never take one single breath for granted. God forbid love ever leave you empty-handed. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you never fear those mountains in the distance, and never settle for the path of least resistance. Living might mean taking chances, but they're worth taking. Loving might be a mistake, but it's worth making. Don't let some helping heart leave you bitter. When you come close to selling out, reconsider. Give the heavens above more than just a passing glance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice to sit it out, oh, dance, dance. I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you dance.
Wow. You guys got all romantic, didn't you? Yeah. If you get a choice to sit it out or dance, what are we going to choose, right? How many of you like to dance? I know some of you. Wow. Hello. So anyway, that was a nice talk. Yeah, because when I was growing up, my friends, guy friends, they would rather die. Except for me. Because I figured that was my way in, was to dance. So it was. And I think it's kind of like life. It's like, are you going to sit out? There's nothing worse for me, personally, than wanting to do something and sitting there in the chair wishing that was me and not having the courage, maybe, to get up and dance. And it's so funny because you'll ask somebody, do you dance? And men will usually go, yeah, but I'm just not very good at it, you know. Well, no one asked you if you were good at it. They just asked you to dance. And I know that my mom was a great dancer. My dad was not. And so my dad would always say, let him dance. He was in the army. He just didn't go down the street and let every man dance with her. But they'd be in the service. He said, dance with my wife because she really goes for it and I can't do the steps. But I think in life, it doesn't have to be that. It doesn't have to be if you're good. It just means you need to move. I mean, I think of that whole idea of just getting up and moving, get up and dancing, the dance of life. Haven't you ever seen somebody out on the dance floor and the music's going one way and they're going the other? You know what I mean? Yeah, celebration. And I said, at least they're out there. At least they're on the dance floor of life. Can I hear amen? So anyway, let's talk about Neil Donald Walsh for a moment. I ask for a sign, not because I think something's outside of me, but every once in a while I'll be in a dilemma. I'll go, just give me a little sign here. And so he popped up, and I wanted to share him with you. We all know Neil from Conversations with God and a whole career based on just metaphysics and etc. Okay, so he says, caution is natural, but fear is not. And I really want to read this in absolute slow motion because it really hits home. Caution is natural, but fear is not. Do not give in to fear, yet do not abandon caution. It's a balancing act. Caution, I love this, is what causes you to look both ways before crossing the street. Right? Fear is what keeps you frozen on the curb forever. You know the difference. You can feel it. If you're stuck right now in your life, you're probably into fear, because that's usually when we get paralyzed. And he says in a wonderful, gentle way, get out of there. You've already looked both ways. Now cross the street, for heaven's sakes. The cars have long since gone. The coast is clear. Your only obstacle now is your own mind. And I had this great little visual with that idea that you're like right out here, you just walk out there and there's a car, I'll wait. There's a car, oh, okay. Or they'll stop, maybe. And then it would be like, okay, never mind. Never mind. And there's nothing wrong with not crossing the street. But I'll tell you one thing, I do not want to get to the end of my life in this body and go, I wish I had danced. Or I wish I had crossed the street. Because the pain that I understand in life for me is when I really want something, but I don't move towards it. Because it's never going, the fear is probably never going to leave until you take the action. At least for me, that is what I've experienced. I want you to think for a minute about something that you've been talking about. Have you ever done that? I just love this. Easier said than done. The reason that it's easier is because we never stop talking and planning it out and pros and cons and this and that. And then eventually, it was like coming here. Eventually, I had to get on the plane. I just had to get on the plane. So think about something that you've been talking about and have not taken action on it for just a moment. Wow. Not taking action. It can be something big or big small. And then take some time to ask yourself some questions. Why does movement scare me so? And then be honest. This whole idea of trying to fake everybody out, they'll never see that I'm scared. Oh, yes, we will. Because if you're not moving towards it and you're talking about it day after day, month after month, year after year, decade after decade, no, I'm just kidding. then it's time to look both ways and go. I was thinking of when I put this on Facebook, this quote, because I figured it was given to me, I might as well give it to someone else. And I got a response. That's okay, it's a good one. I don't always get great responses on Facebook, but when you go out to the dance floor, not everybody wants to dance with you, just FYI. But he wrote, and this is Glenn Head, and I'm so glad to be able to quote somebody from the center, and he's probably online now if he is. Thanks, Glenn. I kind of gave you a heads up I might use it. So he responded to this, and he loved this quote, and he said, so I'm asking to any of us, they're asking ourselves, why are we afraid? What is it going to take? And that's a great question. What's it going to take to allow us to move forward, to cross the street? What's it going to take? What is it going to take inside of me to take all the words that Reverend Rita was saying and to love everyone? I know that even when she was talking, my idea was, yeah, really good in theory, but really good in theory. Did you say everyone? And you know what? It is everyone. And that's going to take a little time in some areas of my life. But I know that's the goal because it either is or it isn't. And we love loopholes, by the way. So anyway, this is what he said, why are we afraid to take action? And Glenn Head, the master prophet, said, fear of being seen as less than perfect keeps many of us from taking even a step or a breath towards something new. Allowing the God in hiding to emerge opens up infinite possibilities and one's capacity to change the world. And that's what I think that at least our ministry is all about. That's what we're doing here. We're here for many reasons, by the way. We're a fabulous spiritual networking center, by the way, as well. And that's okay. We're a community. We're a ohana. But I think that that's what we're hiding from. If there really is, what we're saying is there's a God, there's a presence, there's a light that lives within us. But it's kind of like hiding, right? Because if I show you that, and that's been my faith in crisis that I've had in this philosophy, trust me. Because I get up here as authentic as I can be in the given moment. And I believe with every fiber of my being that there is a power that lives within me and within each and every one of us. And I have to dare to do that. I have to cross the street and do that. Even when you might be sitting there going, he's out of his mind. But being out of my mind isn't my goal. My goal is to be in mind. And it's really difficult, but guess what? We're the messengers. I'm only responsible for what I say, not how it's received. And that's can we say this live, butt kicker? Because I would have said something else if I was on the street, but There's cars coming. But I thought that to myself. I said, this is what this is really about, is to say that I am that God presence. What do? You just keep saying it, right? And you keep feeling it. And you keep waiting for the moment that we arrive individually to that moment. And it's not about getting religious science. Ernest, I know you did because he's the founder of Science of Mind and Spirit. But it's about getting who we are. It's about having the opportunity to allow the God that's in hiding. Oh, I used to love hide and seek when I was a kid. And I love that when we would say, come out, wherever you are. And that's what this whole philosophy is. Come out, wherever you are. And some days, it is hard to look at God talking back to you in certain situations. But how long can we use that as our excuse? We're all experiencing something different in every moment. Wow. Back to crisis and faith for a moment. I've had some as of late because I can't live in a house, this house, divided against itself. And I was telling Rita in one of our early morning 3:30 talks, 4. But I was thinking of the idea of Indiana Jones. And this is how I feel where I'm at in my evolution, just to share it with you. We're all at different areas, but it's when he went to the edge and he puts his foot out there, it makes me want to cry, to be honest with you. Because that's what I feel like I'm being asked to do. Theory's beautiful. I cradle up with theory like you just cannot believe. But there's coming a time when I have to know that if I go off this cliff and 100% accept spirit as my identity, as my true identity, no matter what, that there'll be something there to catch me. And I won't know that until I jump. I won't know. Because unfortunately, that horrible God that lives outside of ourselves, no, I'm just kidding. She, spirit, has to say, you go ahead. I'm with you. I love you. And you have to go. And if there's nothing there to catch me, it had to still be worth it to take that kind of risk, to love that kind of love. And I'm going to fall and get back up, fall, get back up, fall, get back up. Or maybe I'll just fly. Maybe I'll just fly. Ernest Holmes, look at me, we're getting all real on each other. I love that. We're being afraid of not being perfect, but we are perfect. But here's why it doesn't look that way, because we have to activate it. We already have everything we could ever need. Everything. And more. Ernest, I've had it with him. It's my turn, Mr. Holmes. So this is what he does say, because he says, please quote me. What the world needs is spiritual conviction, followed by, he says, interpretive dance, Patrick. That's your, so do you know, after 8 years of standing up here, did you know that there are very few things, a phone is the least of the things that I could ever be thrown with, just to let you know. And I have been short of throwing at, I've had them all. So what the world needs is, I love life. You can cry, you can laugh, it's just all beautiful, man. Man? What kind of... My 16-year-old just channeled me. I'm sorry. Dude! Oh my gosh. I feel like dancing. Okay, what the world needs is spiritual conviction, followed by spiritual experience. I would rather see a student of this science prove its principle than to have him repeat all the words of wisdom that have ever been uttered. It is far easier to teach the truth than it is to practice it. And it's true, right? So here's the deal. Even if we don't want to dance, because it really it's my freaking closer here, man. Oh hell. Take this book out of here. I'm tired of it. Okay, here we go. Wow, life is good. Okay, so here it is. This thing about not, either you're in or dance. Sometimes, maybe I don't want to dance. That's okay. But the message that came to me from my 16-year-old, then own it. Own it. Own it all. You said something you shouldn't have said, own it. Apologize, do whatever it's okay. Own it. I was thinking about that. Not everybody wants to dance, but own it. And that's all I ask of my life and my ministry, call it whatever you want. It's just own it. Let's just own it one little thing at a time. I'm looking at all your beautiful faces, and every one of us is at a different place in our lives. But there's one place that we share at every moment, no matter what, and that is love. And I know until I can look in the face of that person, that experience, that does not look lovable and looks unlovable, is my absolute opportunity to love. Because it ain't easy, but it can be done. Just take a deep breath, look at it in the face, whether it be dis-ease, whether it be relationship, and say, I don't know really what to do with this, but I'm going to love myself through this. And go. Namaste, my friends. Mahalo.
Okay. As Kyle gets ready to play and as the Malama team comes forward, I just want to thank you in advance. We want to thank you in advance for supporting Center for Spiritual Living Kauai and allowing it to go forward and flourish for 8 years now. Isn't that amazing? So we are grateful. So Thank you for your donations and for all the consciousness that you share with us all the time. Aloha. Thank you.
I am, all that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be. It's a blessing, it's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all. All that I am, all that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be. It's a blessing, it's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all. So I lift up my hands now, and I open my heart. My gratitude goes out to everything near and far, and all that I am, all that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be. It's a blessing, it's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all.
Go for it.
Yes, it is amazing. We cannot outgive Spirit. And so as we practice the art of giving from our abundance, I affirm blessings on these gifts and on each giver, knowing that the funds that we collect here today produce good in our lives, in CSL, and on this island. And so it is.
So it is. Thank you. Thank you, Yana. Thank you, Dr. Walt.
All that I am, all that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be. It's a blessing, it's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all.
Yay.
Is Charles first? I also wanted to say online that we would like to thank you for your dropping yours into the baskets called PayPal. And we appreciate it so much. And in the mail, there's so many ways to give. And we just love you. Thank you so much for all that you do. You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so before we're going to do the children, but we don't have them. And just to let you know that we're going to bring up Janice, because Janice is going to talk for just a moment. But I'm going to let you know, because I can't really lie, because you're not supposed to as a minister. But see, I called Janice and I said, Janice, can you come and let them know how important our youth center is? Because it's so important. But what we really wanted to call you up here to do is that as well, perhaps, but really to let you know that 8 years she has given herself to this youth center. And we thought it was way time to present her with a plaque that you're going to read for her.
I'm going to read it for you.
Okay.
All right, for Janice Ferez, in honor of 8 years of dedicated service to the children of Center for Spiritual Living Kauai. You are magnificent.
8 years she would sit in rooms when no one came, and it would be absolutely fine, and we just love you. And I kind of like them always to be a surprise, not say we're going to present you with something. So that's why I kind of disguised it. But you could still tell us something about the. I said you need to do a little speech, but
it has just been so rewarding for me, and being children have always been my passion. So it's a really enjoyable way for me to give and receive and be in that flow. So when I came here, that's where I wanted to give, and it's just worked out so beautifully. And I see some of the children from 5 years old to 12 now, and we have a great base of children that we are holding space for the summer, and we're excited about reuniting in our new space and continuing and expanding our center. We have our volunteers in place now, and we're in a really good spot to move forward. So just wishing everyone a happy summer, and looking forward to the next few years.
Yes, as she says it, and fly.
And it was interesting because she said to me, it really struck me when you said that too, because a lot of times people don't want to work in the youth center because they don't want to miss this. But she said, that's my spiritual nourishment. And so I just really struck me when you said that was your spiritual nourishment. So yay. Yeah.
Yeah, the CSL curriculum, I get fed by being with the children. It's such an empowering program that really builds children up and does empower them to go out in the world and just be their best and to serve others. It's wonderful. So I get fed every time I'm with them.
Right.
That's
And
great.
we like getting you days off.
So
too.
let's keep it in our consciousness that we will have a place for them by the end of
By the
December.
end of
That it
December.
already is there,
Yes.
right?
All right, thank you,
Give it up.
Janice.
Thank you,
Yay.
Janice.
Oh, wait.
What?
We got to give you your blessing.
Oh, that's right.
And for you today. You are
Are
amazing.
amazing.
You
You
are
are
perfect.
perfect.
You
You
are
are
magnificent.
magnificent,
And
and
we
we
love
love
you.
Yay!
Thank you.
Don't you love surprises?
Yes.
Well, this next person is no surprise at all to anybody.
Charles.
Charles.
Come on up.
Oh,
Everybody's
he
like,
walks
they're ready-
slowly up.
Okay. Let you do your thing, Charles. I'm not even going to stand over you.
Kyle, next time I need some interest music, please. Go ahead. Pick a song for me. I got you.
We'll work on a song.
Yeah, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and children of all ages, good to see you guys today. And who in here uses Amazon? Amazon.com? Anybody? Everybody? Everybody is correct. Well, guys, you guys can be a contributor to CSL Kauai with Amazon Smile. So thank you all who for designating CSL Kauai as your charity on Amazon Smile. And for those who haven't, you have the opportunity to see a percentage of what you pay goes to CSL Kauai. Once you are registered for it, there is no charge to you, and we are listed as Center for Spiritual Living Kauai. The link and notes are on the table up front where you check in. All right, so go ahead and make the Center for Spiritual Living Kauai a part of your shopping
Pleasure.
Pleasure.
or ritual. I don't know what you do. All right. Tuesday, May 25th, from 6:30 to 7:30
Right here.
p.m., the Healing Circle in the Chamber of Prayer.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, join the practitioners and ministers of CSL Kauai for an hour of healing, meditation, music, with the amazing Maria Christina and experience the
Yes, yeah.
Chamber of Prayer. So once again, May 25th, 6:30 to 7:30, come and enjoy the healing meditation and music with the fantastic Maria Christina right here at CSL Kauai. And with that, we have another announcement by the wonderful goddess, Rev Rita.
Oh, yes. Okay, so I love to do these meditations on Facebook Live, and I'm starting another one on June 1st. Yeah, June 1st. It's called Bless Your Day, and it will just be setting a blessing intention every morning. And for 15 minutes, that's all it is, and a little meditation. And it's recorded, so you can watch it later if you don't feel like getting up at 6 a.m., but I'll be up at 6 a.m. and sharing that time with all of you. So I hope you'll join me on June 1st on Facebook
Yes.
Live on the Center for Spiritual Living page.
I think there are a lot more than a little meditation.
Well-
Just being modest. Oh, love her. All right. Friday, May 28th, from 6 to 8:30 p.m., we are having this month's spiritual cinema. This month we have the Academy Award winner, Soul. Oh my gosh, it's such an amazing film. Pixar's Soul is about a jazz pianist who has a near-death experience and gets stuck in the afterlife. Are you stuck in the afterlife, or you got
I
the
guess he
like?
does get
That's
Well,
a
why don't you come
privilege.
and find out at 6:30 on Friday?
Oh, all right.
You'll see what's happening with this man.
Touche. I can't wait to see. And as he's stuck in the afterlife, he is contemplating his choices and regretting the existence that he took for granted. And it is starred by the very, very talented Jamie Foxx. Oh my gosh, he's so fantastic. And as always, we'll have discussion afterwards, and during the film, you can enjoy some popcorn. So come all on Friday, May 28th, 6 to 8:30. Also on Sunday, May 30th at 9 a.m., Right here, we have the annual Memorial Day celebration service. Please bring a flower for someone who has transitioned from your life and join the ceremony. This takes place during our regular Sunday celebration, June 1st, and Saturday, June 5th. Saturday, June 5th, from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m., we have the Kauai Pride Parade. CSL Kauai will be participating. There is a sign-up sheet in the front. And please see our outreach director, Rev Diane, and get the word out there. All right, Rev D is in the house, as always. And the next day, June 6th, we have a mid-year CSL Kauai business meeting immediately after service. We usually host an annual one, but we want to let you guys know about like the heartbeat of what's going on here at the CSL Kauai and the pulse of it all. So this short meeting will focus on where we are at midway through 2021, what it requires as we start our climb out of a pandemic that is still present and influencing decisions we are making for the health of CSL Kauai. Please join us and just know what's going on right here at the center. And all RSVPs, everything needs an RSVP on www.cslkauai.org. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think I am Powell. Thank you all very much. Have a wonderful week. And with that, our spiritual directors, Rev Rita and Rev Patrick.
That was a mouthful. All right. Good
was,
job.
and it'll be online for everyone, so there'll be a little break, and then Rob will zoom us back up. Right, okay. Rob?
I think we're ready.
We are ready.
So we're ready for a closing song. Feel free to get up and dance.
We're given special permission to move today. You guys are all, what I love is that they got this music and they're all going, I can't get up, can I get up, can I not? Today, Rita is just, I don't know. She's throwing everything to the wind. So move your body.
Been working so hard, keep punching my card. 8 hours for what? Tell me what I got. Got this feeling that times are holding me down. I'll hit the ceiling, no risk I'll tear up this town. Tonight I gotta cut loose, foot loose, kick off your Sunday shoes. Please, Louise, pull me off my knees. Jack, get back, come on before we crack. Lose your blues. Everybody cut foot loose. Everybody cut foot loose. Everybody cut foot loose.
So keep your feet moving, because all I know is that this is something to be grateful about. I am so grateful for everything that brought this together, all the beautiful people online. Rob and Jonathan over there making sure that we can be seen in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. And we have the Malama team, Desiree and Angela. Roseanne Jones is just running all over the place with Peggy in the bookstore. That's right. And we have Ron Stover, who I saw come on in during that time. And our Charles, we love our Charles. Our board member does lots of things for us. And then we have Sue Wood. Sue Wood, and why is she? Because she made these beautiful, her and Rob made these beautiful coverings to make our tech team look so very professional. And we love that. And Yana Shane and Sue are, they're counting money. Woo! This is a good time had by all. And we can't forget these two. Kyle and Luis. Can we give it up for them? And let's thank ourselves. Let's thank ourselves as we go off that wonderful cliff, knowing that we are caught, knowing that there is something underneath us, knowing that we are grateful to be so loved and so protected and so safe that we can go out into the world and just love. Do I hear yes?
Yes.
Can I hear it again?
Yes.
I'll hit the ceiling, rest I'll tear up this town.
Everybody!
Tonight I gotta cut loose, foot loose. Kick off your Sunday shoes. Please, Louise, pull me off of my knees. Jack, get back before we crack. Lose your blues. Everybody cut, everybody cut. Everybody cut, everybody cut. Everybody cut, everybody cut. Everybody cut, everybody cut. Yeah, foot loose, foot loose. Kick off your Sunday shoes. Please, Louise, pull me off of my knees. Jack, get back. Come on before we crack. Lose your blues. Sing it. Everybody cut, everybody cut.
Everybody cut.
Everybody cut, everybody cut. Hey. Everybody cut, everybody cut. Everybody cut, foot loose. Woo!